Hi, today I'm going to teach you the present simple tense. Well, we have to discuss the forms of the verb. They are affirmative, negative, and acrostic. Then we'll move to the keywords or signal words. Then after that, we'll move to examples. So let's get started and begin with the forms of the verb. First, we look at the affirmative. Affirmative means without not negative or acrostic. Let's look. There are three forms in the affirmative. Verb 1, verb 1 plus s, verb 1 plus es. Verb 1 means base or infinitive without any suffixes. But verb 1 we add s. Verb 1 we add es. Verb 1 like eat, go, read, they represent plural. Verb 1 plus s or verb 1 plus es, they represent singular, only one. Eats, teaches. So s and es are two suffixes that make the verb singular in the present simple. But when it is like base, the base form, it represents plural. So in the affirmative, we have three parts. Either verb 1 plus s, verb 1 plus es. Plural, singular. So in English, usually we have seven pronouns. Now, we have we, they, you, and I. These four pronouns represent plural. They show plural. So we eat, not eats. They eat. You eat, I eat. But he, she, it eats or teaches. So when we use the singular he, she, it, we add s to the verb and sometimes es because the verb ends with ch, sh, x, o, or z. So what do we have here? Again, the first form is the affirmative, and it has three forms. The first form, the base form, or verb 1, it is plural. It's used with plural nouns and pronouns. We, they, you, I, eat, go, read. Then we have he, she, it, take, s or es with the verb. So we have plural and singular, and it's easy. If you add s or es to the verb, this means that you make it singular. Go, plural. Goes, singular. Find, plural. I find, they find, you find. We call this plural, more than one. But if you say finds, this means singular. So the affirmative, we have three forms of the affirmative. Either without s, base, plural. Either with s, singular. Either or with es, singular. Now let's come to the negative. How do we make the negative in the present simple? It's easy. We use do with not. So we say do not or don't with verb 1. This do, don't represent or show the plural, more than one. But when we use does with not, doesn't with verb 1, this shows that singular. Okay, so don't goes with we, you, they, I. Don't, it goes with we, they, you, I. We don't, they don't, you don't, I don't. But doesn't goes or should goes with he, she, it. He doesn't, she doesn't, it doesn't. In both cases, don't or doesn't, we have verb one after them. Don't go, doesn't go. Don't sleep, doesn't sleep. So, the negative, we can form the negative in the present simple by using don't or doesn't. As you see, do is a helping verb. Does is a helping verb, and we add not. We say don't, or do not. We say doesn't, or does not. Then don't with plural, doesn't with singular. Good. So we have two forms in the negative and the present simple. Either don't or doesn't. Examples, we don't go. We plural, we don't. We don't go. Does it? He singular, he doesn't go. Good. What about the question? How do you form the question? Again, we use do or does. Do for the plural and does for the singular. But we put them, we insert them before the subject. Before, not after. Do subject verb one or does subject verb one. Do for the plural, does for the singular. Do you, plural. Does she, singular. So we use do for the plural, more than one. Do for, do we, do they, do you, do I. And we use does for singular. Does he, does she, does it, etc. So here we put verb one. After do or does, we put verb one. After do or does, we put verb one. Do you go to school? Does she go to school? Note that here I don't say does she goes. This is a big mistake in English language. We say does she go? Does she eat? Does Layla eat? Does Selma eat? Does Ahmed eat? So the last so we have three forms: affirmative, negative, a question. Good. What about the keywords? How do we know that we are going to use the present simple? When do we use present simple? There are keywords in English that help us to use the present simple. We have always, usually, these we go often, sometimes, seldom, rarely, never. These adverbs, we call them adverbs of frequency because they show repeated actions. In fact, they show, we'll come to the function, they show habit or routine, all of these. Always, usually, often, they show habit or routine. I always go to school in the morning. We usually sleep well on Friday nights. I often see my friends like this. So, keywords or signal words, we have always, it gives us 100%. Then you go down, usually less, often less sometimes. Here we have 0%. I never go to school on Friday. This means that I don't go to school on Friday. There are other expressions, like every day, every week, every month. We have sometimes once a week, twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, weekly, daily, etc. So these are the most keywords, the keywords in English which go for the present simple. So the present simple, we are going, the student should know the 3 forms, the affirmative, the negative, and the question. The affirmative, we've said that it has 3 forms. Verb 1 with a plural, we, you, they, you, I. verb 1 plus s and verb 1 plus es with he, she, it, we add s. So this s or es, any one of them makes the verb singular, so it needs a singular pronoun or noun. If I use eats, he eats, she eats, it eats. If I use teaches, he teaches, she teaches, Ahmed teaches, Sam teaches. But if I use eat, the verb 1, like this, the base form, I eat, you eat, they eat, we eat. Good. So now I'm going to talk about the function and give you examples on the present simple. Let's see. Now let's talk about the function and use. When do we use the present simple in our life? When do we use it when we talk about habits, routine, things or actions that happen or take place daily. For example, she always, I use always, or often, she always, often, sometimes. All these words, adverbs, frequency, they refer to habit or routine. She always drinks milk. This is one. Sometimes we use the present simple to talk about facts. Facts related to nature, like the sun and the moon, or related to science, scientific facts. Look at this one. Water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. So this is a fact, because always water, it's a fact about water that it boils. It boils. It becomes very hot, about 100 degrees centigrade. So boils. We say water boils. Don't boils. Singular, 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 singular. What about this one? Permanent action or permanent situation. When you want to talk about yourself. For example, I live in Amman. I teach English. I like, for example, I like sports. I like reading stories. All these we call permanent. Something goes for a long time, not temporary. I live in Amman. This means that I lived yesterday and I'm living now and I will live tomorrow. So this is a permanent. Permanent means something that it isn't changing, not changing. It's true about the speaker. I live in Amman, it's true about I. It's true about the person who talks. This is the permanent. What about timetables? When we talk about timetables or schedules, timetables or schedules, planned ones, this means that we use the present simple to talk about the future. Future. When we talk about the planes, buses, trains, ships, or classes, when they start or when they end, or festivals, we use the present simple. Here, the bus leaves at 7 o'clock. There is a timetable for the bus. Every day, there is a bus which leaves at 7. Maybe another bus leaves at 8. Like the class or the period, the school, it begins at 8 o'clock every day. So we call this timetables or schedules, and they refer to future. Now, I have put a few examples to see how do we do these if we have a test, or an exam. Look at number 1. Choose. Samira usually. This is the keyword, or we call it the signal word, or the word which shows the time. We have singular, so we choose drinks. So Samir or Samira, let's make it Samira. Samira usually drinks coffee. This is right. This is wrong because drink refers to plural. They drink, I drink, you drink, but drinks with singular. Many people, many people is plural. We have every day as an expression of frequency. So many people refers to plural, so we use don't. Many people don't watch films every day. Here we have a question, as you see, this is the question mark. So I have started the sentence with do or does, because Jordan is singular, one. Jordan is one country. I use does. Then I have to choose the base form or verb one. So does Jordan export oil? Does Jordan export oil? I can't say does Jordan exports, because when we use does, we omit the S. Number 4, Rania gets up. In this sentence, we don't have keywords, but we have a verb. I have gets. It's in the present simple. It's in the present simple. Rania gets up early, and then she, we are talking about Rania, gets up, so I use washes, not wash. So Rania gets up, present simple, so we call this like sequence of tenses. Present after, look here, gets up, washes, and goes. The 3 verbs are in the present simple. I think this is all. It's an idea about the present simple. By the way, my name is Azzam Awdallah. I have an MA in English. My name is Azzam Awdallah. I teach English. I will discuss all the tenses and I will send the videos on my tablet. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you will pass the exams easily. Thank you.